Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to the lovely session on the launch of our fantastic global crypto dashboard from India Crypto Research and ICR. Myself, Shabir Kayumi, Vice President at India Crypto Research. I welcome all the lovely participants and all the lovely traders, all the lovely investors in a crypto world who are waiting eagerly for this launch because they want to understand what is this entirely global crypto dashboard, what is this GCD about. To start with, what is this GCD? Let me introduce with my launch that is from India Crypto Research. Our launch is all about, our website is all about indiacryptoresearch.co.in, and on this website you will find typically all the fundamental analysis of all the cryptos listed out there, and we are typically believe in on-chain analysis, fundamental analysis, and a lot of different metrics. And at the same time, we have developed such an interesting some of our customized metrics which we call as a ICR score. At the same time, going live ahead, there is Purvang Mashru, who's a senior quantitative strategist from our side. I welcome Purvang Mashru out here. Purvang, you're welcome to the launch of GCD. You're most welcome, and let's have an interactive session to understand how we can go ahead and give some kind of education to this crypto community, and how we can try to create some kind of differences to them so that they will educate themselves, they will understand more about it. So let me start with the Purvang, and I will request Purvang to introduce himself and take us more about ICR and ICR score. Over to you, Purvang.
Thank you for the great introduction, Shabir. First of all, happy Diwali to the lovely audience. And so I'm Purvang. I've been a crypto native and investing into crypto since the last 8 years. And I've seen almost 3 bull cycles now. And one thing during my investing journey that I noticed was I've participated in different airdrops, ICOs, giveaways. And one thing that always ended up was retails always keep on losing money, right? So how do you because most of these tokens in today's times there are more than 15 million cryptos that are listed and trading live, and almost like 99% of them are entire scams. They don't have real use cases, they don't have real fundamentals. So how do you segregate these kind of cryptos from fundamentally strong ones so that you are able to build an strong portfolio that is sustainable for a longer term? So with that thought, we started with India Crypto Research. It's a one-stop for all the fundamental analysis into cryptos. We help you pick the right set of cryptos for your portfolio. And but let's not make people wait a lot more. Let's begin with for what we are here for, and let's begin with the launch of our global crypto dashboard.
Yeah, everyone
Just
is so excited about it, Purvang. So
right. So just sharing my screen here so that global crypto dashboard is visible for everyone. All right. So this is the global crypto dashboard. Global crypto dashboard is basically your control center for the entire crypto market. As I mentioned earlier, one of the biggest problems in crypto is transparency. There's like tons of data out there, prices, volumes, exchange flows, lots of on-chain metrics, but it is all scattered across different platforms, and each showing just one piece of the puzzle. And if you want to understand where the overall crypto market is heading, and not just what Bitcoin is trading at or what Ethereum is trading at, you have to dig through multiple sources, do your own analysis, and even after that, you end up with partial answers. And that's exactly where global crypto dashboard comes into picture. It is a single unified dashboard that brings together the most important data points from across the crypto market, across the entire crypto ecosystem. Prices, yes, we have prices, liquidity, fundamentals, and all the on-chain activity into one place. Everything is visualized into one clean interface as you can see on your screen, and you can track how the market is evolving into real time, compare top tokens based on their fundamentals, and see how global liquidity is moving into cryptos, where stablecoin flows are happening, where institutions are putting in their money or removing money from the crypto markets. And the idea behind this was very simple: make institutional quality research available for retailers, people like us, so that crypto being a decentralized, crypto as an idea, blockchain as an idea being decentralized, and just wanted to have make sure the entire data that we have, everyone has equal access and equal rights to all kind of data. So instead of juggling on 10 different websites looking for data, this global crypto dashboard gives you a bigger picture of the entire crypto market at a glance. So let's dive right into the metrics that we have over here for global crypto dashboard. Right up, we have a daily crypto overview. You have Bitcoin hash rate. So Bitcoin hash rate is currently trading at, it's currently 1073.13 EH per second. So this is essentially exahashes per second. Hash rate is nothing but it's a measure of the computational power that's required to either mine a Bitcoin or confirm the transactions. So if I dive deeper into it, the hash rate currently is about more than 1000 EH per second, which is exahashes per second. Exahashes is nothing but measured in quintillions. So when I say the Bitcoin hash rate is about 1000 exahashes per second, it's about 1000 quintillions, which means 1000 into 10 raised to 18. That's the amount of calculations it can do within 1 second. So the higher this number is, the more complex the nature of the algorithms are, and the more difficult it is to break through the system. So higher hash rate essentially translates into higher security for the blockchain network of Bitcoin.
Wrong. At the same time, there is something on your right side called as the top cryptos by ICR score is written, which is on the right side. I mean, exactly on the right end of the
Right.
global crypto dashboard. Would you like to tell all this audience what is this exactly, and what do you mean by ICR score? Is it really important? I see it is 84.6. I mean, little. I'm not able to get. Maybe you can little bit elaborate about this.
Sure, Shabir. So earlier I mentioned, right, how fundamental analysis is important to evaluate any crypto, to separate signal from noise. Fundamental analysis in crypto is very similar to how we do fundamental analysis into stocks, into equity markets, right? But just on a different kind of data. Here, the entire data is on chain, right? So just how you value, you have different valuation parameters like the PE ratio for stocks. You have something like the PF ratio for cryptos, right? It essentially compares the market cap of the crypto that it is currently trading at versus the actual fees or the revenue that the underlying protocol is generating. Decentralized for cryptos, essentially they are decentralized, right? So for these any decentralization, for it to be fundamentally strong and be accepted, adoption is one of the very important parameters. So you look at active users, you look at the active addresses. Liquidity becomes another important measure when it comes to trading into cryptos. You also have a lot of on-chain metrics. You look at the financials like the fees and revenue. You look at the total value that is locked. So there are a lot of more than 30 plus parameters that we have that needs to be looked at to evaluate cryptos fundamentally, right? So, but
Okay.
for any individual, looking at all of these becomes a little bit overwhelming, right? So what we do is, I'll just show you on the screen since it's live. Let me open the case for Ethereum. All the metrics that I was talking about, you look at market, you look at financials, you look at valuation, right? You look at active users, get active addresses. right?
So
So
you mean to say all these parameters and metrics are more on a fundamental analytical basis, like how I mean, or is it more on trading side, or it is more on fundamental
it's
side of
purely
more
fundamental. Right. So it's purely fundamental. It tells you, it shows you how strong the network is, how strong the financials of the network are, how strong the adoption in the network is. And but combining all of this into one single number is what we have at ICR score. So combining all these metrics into one single number, and you get the ICR score for Ethereum as 81.9. Right.
Okay.
So similarly, we have evaluated more than 1,000 cryptos on our website, and I'll just pull on the list over here.
So
So
you just mentioned there are around more than 1,000 cryptos available to do analysis on India Crypto Research website. Am I correct me if
absolutely,
I'm wrong?
absolutely
Oh,
right.
that's a big number.
Right. But the fundamental thing to note over here is when it comes to ICR score, right? It essentially shows it's kind of a health report or a fundamental strength of any crypto. So the way we have designed ICR score is any score above 70, the fundamentals are pretty good. Pretty good. I mean, it's the crypto you want to have it in your bag. Anything below 70 and above 55, which means any score between 55 and 70, the fundamentals are good, but some cautions might be warranted, a couple of red flags here and there. And any token that has a ICR score below 55, that is something that is definitely a red flag and you would want to avoid. So as you can see on the screen, these are the top 10 cryptos based on our ICR score, leading with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Lido DAO, BNB, Tron, and going all the way up until Blur, PancakeSwap, Litecoin, Near Protocol, Aptos, Stellar, right? With
So,
an
so
ICR score of
is it
63.
more like if the crypto is really fundamentally strong and we see some kind of a price correction in the market, in a crypto market, and I believe if the crypto's fundamental score in here in terms of ICR score is really good and they are really strong, I think they get a faster recovery. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like,
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, just last week we saw a big liquidation happening across the crypto markets, right? Bitcoin went down to a low of 102,000. Ethereum went down to 3,600. But one thing to note was, even from the trading price before the liquidation began and within the next 24 hours, Bitcoin was down by 7%. Strong alts were also down by about 20 to 30%. And a lot of meme coins and other weaker altcoins were down by more than 50%. Right. And when the markets recovered, when the liquidation halt stopped and the markets were starting to be steady, Bitcoin, Ethereum, these fundamentally strong tokens were the first ones to recover and get back to their prices. While other weaker altcoins and the meme coins, they were still trading at 30% below their trading prices before the liquidation began. But to
that's
understand,
That's really interesting. I mean, I believe you guys, we have worked really hard on the research side to come out with this kind of ICR score. Uh, kindly continue with your some of the matrices of GCD, please.
right? Another important metric to look at is the stablecoins market cap. Stablecoins market cap essentially shows. So this is the chart for the stablecoins market cap, and if you see over the last 1 year, the total supply of stablecoins has increased and it's upward of $300 billion now. Now, what exactly are stablecoins? These are essentially cryptos that are pegged to a certain currency. Most of the stablecoins are currently pegged to the US dollar. The biggest ones that we have are USDT, the by Tether, and USDC by Circle, and they comprise over 80% of the total stablecoin market cap right now. One important whenever you're buying any crypto, right? So it is exchanged against the stable coins. So the flow of stable coins becomes a very important metric to track uh, when it comes to gauging the sentiment of the overall crypto market. If the stable coins volumes are dropping really fast and it's in the decline, that would essentially mean uh, that people are no longer transacting into stable coins. Example, in around April 2022, when the bull cycle was ending, right? So a lot of people were withdrawing stablecoins and converting their stablecoins into fiats, right? That's when you see this big deep dip into the flow of stablecoins. Whereas if you see this current bull cycle, even the bull cycle of 2021, they are an important metric to look at, to consider, that essentially shows that people are buying into stablecoins, the supply of stablecoins in the market increases, and then they're converting into cryptos. So that becomes one of the important metric. And this is not just about trading into stable coins when it comes to exchanges or any centralized or decentralized, but even today, stable coins are being accepted worldwide as a mode by financial institutions.
So
Right. So
what is this? Hold me here. What is this buzz nowadays about stablecoin? Even RBI, some officials are going to talking about it, and even US government is talking about. So how these government bodies are connected with stablecoin talks? I mean, can you just let us know about it?
right. So to put it very simply, stable coins are just a medium of exchanging money, just like we do with fiat. Right now, if you have to do a cross-border payment, right, you would typically do it via bank. Now, bank will use the Swift network to transact. It will charge you some fees, and the entire process until you send the money and your recipient receives it in their bank account takes about 3 to 4 business days. Now, with stable coins, this entire transaction can be done within a few seconds and a lot lesser fees. So remittances, they become a very important use case for payments. Even with the Genius Act that US recently passed, it's allowing banks to create their own stable coins backed by US Treasury reserves and US short-term treasuries, and create their own stable coins and use it for cross-border transactions. So it is not just adoption of crypto or stable coins, but an entire adoption of blockchain as a technology into the entire traditional finance system. So it's blockchain coming into TradFi, as we call it.
Fantastic, fantastic. Thank you so much about this. Before you continue, I just want to interact with all the audience. I hope they are in line with us. They are understanding the launch of a global crypto dashboard, which is one of the unique in the world, whereby you get all the kind of information, including DeFi, including your cryptos, all together in this. To get them engaged, I want to ask one question to them, Purvang, and maybe you can elaborate it them. So I'm going to create one poll for everyone. You can continue till in between. Let them answer the poll also. You can continue with the GCD.
Sure, sure. Totally. So another important metric to consider. So we have a lot of global metrics over here. We have Bitcoin dominance. It's not just that the metrics or the data we are showing, we are also publishing our insight over here, right? So if you can see, when Bitcoin dominance is in uptrend and your strategy involves holding both Bitcoin and altcoins, it is recommended to start increasing your position in fundamentally strong altcoins with higher ICR score that will survive in the long run, right? So along with all of these metrics, we are showing, we have indeed showing our insight on the metric. What is essentially the metric is, as Bitcoin dominance, it indicates kind of direction in the market, a really important parameter to consider when you're diversifying across different cryptos, right? You have fear and greed index. Fear and greed index is currently at 28. The sentiment is fear. This data is directly captured from CoinMarketCap. Uh, Extreme fear and neutral is something that have been proven to be good entry points for Bitcoin and fundamentally strong coins. As they say, you enter when the market is in the fear mode and you exit when the market is very greedy, when there's a lot of euphoria around it. So these are all on-chain. Some people call it technical. We call it on-chain metrics to consider about where the entire crypto market is currently positioned at. You have another important parameter called as Ethereum gas fees. Now, a lot of Ethereum is the currently trading at a market cap of about $400 billion, and it's the second largest crypto in the entire space. Uh, Ethereum gas fee is essentially the fees that the users pay to transact on the Ethereum network. Now, this comprises of all of L2 chains or that are built on Ethereum as well. A high Ethereum gas fee would essentially tell you that a lot of retailers are transacting on the Ethereum network. That would show into increasing adoption of the network, more revenue collected by the network, and eventually stronger fundamentals lead to stronger increase in price. But one thing, if you see across this data, is after 2021, the gas fees has drastically reduced, and this is not because of the lesser adoption into of Ethereum, but it's because of a one very important uh, upgrade that Ethereum network came up with, that is the London hard fork, in which it was burning the Ethereum supply. A part of the Ethereum fees that was paid by the retailers was removed from the supply forever. That would keep the inflation of Ethereum's supply under control. And it also reduced a lot of fees because the network was upgraded. And even so, it becomes a much more affordable
Essentially,
to transact on Ethereum.
so many parameters and matrices have been covered. I mean, these are really important when it comes to fundamental analysis of cryptos, which ICR is really working very hard on. Prabang, just to take you on to the question which we had asked, it was the question which I'm sure it is pretty simple for everyone. Was the first Bitcoin block was mined in January 2009, and we, out of so many of them, 80% are saying yes, it was mined in January 2009, and 20% are saying I hope they are saying it was not mined in 2009 January. Let's understand. I mean, who knows better than you? Who can tell us how and it happened, and let us know about it.
For all these people who are saying no, and even for the people yes, I'm sure everyone, most of us already know where the first Bitcoin was mined on 3rd Jan 2009. But if you want to understand more about Bitcoin's history, right? So we have everything about your uncover the story behind Bitcoin's first block, the Genesis block that we all know, right? So this was the first block that was mined. It's called as block zero. Uh, it was mined on Jan 3rd, 2009. It was mined right after the Bitcoin white paper was published, and a block reward of 50 Bitcoins were given to the given to Satoshi Nakamoto, or it's an individual or a group of people who mine this coin. And this is the hash transaction of the block. You can even go back in time because it's entirely transparent. You can go onto the blockchain and you can see the transaction over here.
Fantastic, fantastic, Purang. And Purang, at the same time, recently you spoke about Ethereum gas fee, you spoke about Ethereum use cases, and you spoke about a lot of smart contracts and all those things about Ethereum. And that's why I have asked another question for engagement to our entire audience about, can Ethereum smart contracts be edited after deployment? I'm sure each one of you, whoever is listening, whoever is understanding this video about GCD, you must participate and try to get yourself. When we say Happy Deepavali, when we say we have to say a crypto Deepavali, whereby we can say, you are going to get yourself educate this year with the ICR platform as well as with the YouTube channel which we have launched today. So, Purvang, yes, you can even elaborate where can Ethereum smart contract be edited after deployment?
No, I mean the smart contract once deployed, they cannot be edited. You have to publish another smart contract at the top of it as an upgrade. But again, everything that goes with the crypto transactions, the transactions are irreversible, and that is one of the major benefits of blockchain as a technology, where things cannot be reversed. It's entirely transparent and it's highly secure.
Oh, fantastic! Thank you so much, Purvang. Yes, and that's true. 90% of our audience is saying yes, it cannot be edited, and only 10% are against us. Oh, no problem, Purvang. You can let us know about GCD one more metrics if you have a time, please.
Sure, sure, definitely. So, as I initially mentioned, right, it's not like crypto as a whole market is not just about Bitcoin and Ethereum. We have the entire decentralized finance ecosystem that's working alongside, right? So, certain important metrics like the DeFi TVL. So, TVL is essentially the total value locked into the entire decentralized finance ecosystem. So if you see, it's almost running at an all-time high. All-time high was somewhere in 2021, about $176 billion. Right now, it's currently about $155 billion. So TVL is essentially how much of the dollar value, how much of the money is locked into ecosystems, right? So consider this like your bank FD, right? You put money with the bank, your money gets locked, and you earn interest on top of it. You would want to put this money into a bank that you highly trust in, right? So more number of the higher this amount of money that is being locked into this ecosystem, the higher the trust into the banking ecosystem there is. Now take this and put it onto the decentralized finance ecosystem, right? The higher this number is, the more people are trusting the protocols that they are staking into, that they are putting their money into. If you see, these are the top 10 protocols by the total value logged. Aave leads it, it's at $39 billion. Lido is a close competitor at $33 billion. So these are the top two, one or two of the biggest lending and borrowing protocols where people lock in their money that is lent to someone else. So it's kind of a P2P transaction that's happening over here. You're locking your money into a system that it's that is lending to someone else, and you are earning returns on top of it. So that's one of the DeFi protocols. Dex volume is another important metric where it shows you the total volume that is being traded across all the decentralized exchanges. So higher the volume is, the more the participation from the retailers is, the more adoption is happening, the more people are trading into cryptos, the more people are investing into cryptos, and that's a high indication of a healthy crypto market. We have
Fantastic, fantastic. I mean, we are trying to understand about the entire DeFi ecosystems and many of the buzzwords. I mean, for the common person who's in crypto investors, because those are typical fundamental. I have a question. I see are planning to educate more in detail about these fundamental analysis or about ICR score, about the entire DeFi ecosystem. Are you guys planning to have educational sessions or maybe some courses or some seminars or webinars?
Yes, yes, definitely. So we have a lot of things planned for people. We are planning to have, you know, sessions, live sessions like these, where we pick one metric and dive deeper into it. What the metric is, what is its significance, how it impacts and reflects onto the fundamental nature of the crypto, and ultimately how it justifies the particular price of any crypto. We are very soon coming up with our learn module. So learn module is something that it's a self-paced course for everyone who wants to understand in detail about these metrics, about blockchain as a whole, about crypto as an entire ecosystem, and not just understand it, but actually translate your learnings into actionable insight. The actionable insight over here would be we, India Crypto Research, giving you guys the power to understand it and translate your earnings into making a crypto portfolio, a fundamentally strong crypto portfolio for yourself. So we
Fantastic, fantastic. I mean, there's a lot of opportunity for the entire Indian audience to understand more in detail about crypto, understand more in detail about on-chain analysis, understand more in detail about fundamental analysis. Go visit ICR website, learn from there, understand, attend their courses, attend their webinars and as well as seminars. And at the same time, one more question to all the entire audience: can Bitcoin transaction be reversed once it is confirmed? I want everyone to answer, and then we'll wait for Purvang's expert guidance on the same. So once again, I will ask the same question. It's there on the poll. I want all the participants to ask, and once after this question, I urge all the participants to ask their questions. So we start a Q&A session about ICR, about ICR score, about GCD, and about fundamental analysis. So keep your all the questions ready. So let's understand, Purvang, there are many participants and there are many voters. Again, they are really smart. 80% of say them are saying that Bitcoin transactions cannot be reversed, but there are some 20% who are saying yes, it can be reversed. So what do you say about this?
No, they definitely cannot be reversed, and that this non-reversal in the transaction, right? This is one of the most important properties of the blockchain technology. Once any transaction goes through, right, it goes through. It cannot be reversed, and it's pretty as simple as that.
Fantastic, fantastic. So that solves their entire poll system. And now there's a Q&A going on. People are sending questions. Purvang, the first question goes here: with the institutional money going into the cryptos, okay, we are entering an era of maturity of a crypto universe. So is it just going to add more volatility into the crypto world or crypto space?
No. So crypto market is. I'll take this question in two parts. One you already mentioned, uh, it relating to the maturity. It's not matured yet. The crypto market is not matured yet. It's still at the very early stage. Yes, in the last 15 years, the market cap has soared to almost $4 trillion. If you look at the total uh, dollar value of all the assets combined, it comes out to about $700 trillion, right? So when crypto market cap is just $4 trillion in front of them, yes, the pace has been very high, and this is the time when yes, the institutions are entering into it. The governments, the sovereigns are creating funds to have Bitcoin into their treasuries. You have public companies, you have private companies creating these Bitcoin treasuries. So all of this institutionalization of crypto is just going to lead on to the decrease in volatility of crypto markets as a whole, because the more structured this market becomes, while being decentralized, yes, the more structured this market becomes, the it becomes a proper system of sorts, where rash prices would not come into place. Like look at the equity markets, like in Indian equity markets in the early 1990s and the 2000s, where it was very volatile. There were no uh, fundamentally fundamental analysis of these companies that were listed. It was very famously called as the gamblers market or satta bazaar. But right now, if you see, it's very much systemized. The volatility has dropped a lot. This has been the case with not just equity markets, even with gold as well. Even gold in the 1930s and the 1940s and the 1950s was very volatile. It had seen drawdowns of more than 50% a couple of times into 1950s and 1960s. But again, it was only after when institutional products were created for mass adoption, when the ETFs came into picture, that the volatility of gold also reduced. So yes, the volatility
Yeah.
with this adoption will
Yes.
only keep on reducing.
Correct, correct. One more question is there. A gentleman is asking about how often, very interesting question. I mean, people are really smart out there. How often we should visit the global crypto dashboard in order to make investment decisions proper?
I would say at least once a day. Just like with your equity investments, you want to know where the market is headed as a whole, what all is happening into the equity markets. Similarly, global crypto dashboard captures everything that's happening into the crypto markets. So yes, at least once a day. I personally visit Global Crypto Dashboard. I mean, I've been looking at all of these data points every single day to get a sense of where the market is headed today, what's happening around. and your global crypto dashboard is
Absolutely.
the place for that.
Absolutely, and that is the most important point for them is they must visit the ICR score and see whether it is above 55 before making any investments on a crypto. That's what I feel. It's more important at the same time with the GCD also. So I think a lot of people are asking questions. We request them to continue asking questions. At the same time, maybe ICR has a very different style of a teaching. We teach directly through webinars, through seminars, through keeping workshops, and at the same time making people play games and make them understand how to diversify portfolio, how to invest in cryptos. And I'm sure today Purvang must have come out with some interesting activity for all the audience as well. So Purvang, why don't we go ahead and get this activity started, which you have a idea about some kind of a treasure and I guess.
Right, definitely. So it's a pretty simple thing. We are gonna be displaying some questions on our screen, and it has 4 options, and you guys have to select the option that is correct.
Okay, so here the screen is, and the first
Let's
question.
start the presentation. So the
Yes.
first question, here you guys go. What is Bitcoin's current ICR score? I mean, all the answers for these are on our website. Option 178.4, 80.2, 84.6, 90.1.
Go fast, go fast. Visit the website, go to indiaglobalresearch.co.in and search out for the ICR score of BTC, which is a Bitcoin. Come out, put your answer in the comments. Let me see who is the best two. I mean, if the first two, they are really smart. They are really understanding what we are talking about. So the idea is you go visit the ICR website, check it out. What is the ICR score? And that's all. So you got to find out those metrics values, right, Purvan?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. So everyone start writing your answers. We are waiting. We are waiting. You can write your answers in the comment box. Come on, come on. Yes, come on, everyone. Oh, they are searching. They're searching. That's where we differentiate. ICR differentiates. We make people understand crypto world through games. We make the people understand cryptos through activities, and we enjoy them. We engage them in different per se workshops. So I'm sure they will enjoy. Okay, so Dinesh Sharma is talking about 84.6. Then there is Mr. Patel who's saying it is 74. Manu is talking about 84.6. So Purvang, what do you say now?
I mean, it's already
five answers.
Yeah, the correct answer is 84.6. You go to the Bitcoin analysis page on the India Crypto Research website, and you will see this highlighted.
You can witness, Purvang, a lot of female participants out there, and in fact, there's a Sania Agarwal is also talking about 84.6. So there you go. Is it correct? Final answer.
It's absolutely right. 84.6 is the right answer.
Fantastic. Congratulations, everyone. Let's participate. Do you have more questions or only one question?
Yes, I have prepared a set of questions for the audience.
Let's are excited. The audience is excited. Please go ahead. We want one more answer.
How is Bitcoin taxed in India? Profits are tax free. They're taxed at 10%, 30% plus cess, 20%. What is the amount? I think this is something that all of us should be aware of. All of us who are engaging in cryptos should be aware of. Being tax compliant is extremely important, and which is why having knowledge of all of this is.
Okay,
helps.
so gentlemen, start answering the questions. Okay, the answer is Dinesh is saying the answer is number 3, which is profits tax at 30% plus cess with 1% TDS fund transactions, and Manu is saying number 2 or number 3. Okay, number 3 again. Yes, anybody else? There's so many answers coming. Purvang, you got to be ready with, I think, more questions. I hope you are having question bank today.
Yeah, back with me.
Okay, Mr. Nilesh Shende is saying number 3 again. I guess it should be 20%. No, or maybe India should make profits tax free on cryptos in India. That will be a dream tax.
I mean that's what everyone would wish for. But
Okay.
yeah, the correct answer is profits are taxed at 30% plus cess, option number three, and 1% TDS deducted every transaction.
Fantastic, fantastic. Congratulations to Dinesh, Nilesh, Patel, Sania, and Manu. Let's go ahead, Purang. You have more for
Yeah, yeah.
us?
Let's hop on to question number three.
In
What
fact,
does
we
mean
are
in
we are going 5 minutes ahead. Although we are late, audience wants more questions from you, so that's a request.
Yeah, yeah. So we have question number three right on the screen. What does halving mean in Bitcoin? Splitting Bitcoin into two new coins, reducing block reward that miners receive by 50%, doubling the transaction speed, and reducing the network fees by half.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So, what does halving means when it comes to a Bitcoin space? Come on, you guys have to answer. We want you to get educated, understand what halving is through our series of questions and through our interactive session. Mr. Patel is there. His name is Dev Patel. He is saying option number three, doubling the transaction speed. I don't know whether that's the correct answer. Oh, you can't do that. There's a gentleman saying option two is answer, option three is option four is option. Come on. Okay. So I think people are confused. Can you guide us?
Yes, the correct answer is reducing block reward miners receive by 50%. So
Okay.
halving is an important event that occurs almost every 4 years, and every time across this halving event, the rewards that the miners are getting, the number of Bitcoin that is getting unlocked, it reduces by 50%. That is a way that Satoshi Nakamoto came up with to make sure the supply is intact, kind of mirroring gold, where there is not a abundance of supply and it cannot be just like fiat, it cannot be printed whenever you want it. So, which is also why Bitcoin is called as digital gold. So, the correct answer is reducing block reward that miners receive by 50%.
Oh, good, good. So Dev Patel, we can't give it to you because you have already answered three times, but none of them were right. I think Manu was right. User ID. So are we done, or you have more questions? Maybe you can ask one last question to our audience.
Sure, sure,
So we
100%. How many Ethereum token holders are there approximately? So now the best way to get the answer to this question is go on to the India Crypto Research website and look for Ethereum over there. In our list of fundamental metrics, on-chain metrics, you would find something called as token holders. It's inside one of these higher categories of the usage, and that's where you'll have the number.
fantastic, fantastic. I think a lot of people are, really excited to answer this. There are newcomers, there are crypto investors, there are pro crypto investors, advanced traders. All of them are part of the audience today. I think it is 8:45 per hour. In spite of tight schedule of ours, 30 minutes. That's what the session time we decided. People are still asking more and more questions. Maybe we can ask one more last question, and then we can wind up for the day.
100%. But what are people answered for this? Could you please?
Okay, Akash is saying 266 million,
Mhm.
and Aradhya is saying 266 million again.
Hmm.
Dinesh is also saying 266 million. So three answers for 266 million, and
Three
Dev Patel
answers,
is not. He has chosen not to answer.
three answers, and all the three answers are correct. 266 million is the number of token holders in Ethereum.
Very good, very good. That was really easy because you go to India Crypto Research website, you go to Ethereum, you find out what are the token holder numbers out there. So simple and easy.
Right.
So that's how actually ICR is helping.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. I think we should have a conclude note. Purvang, You can just conclude with the GCD.
Sure. I mean, this is, I mean, I hope the session was interactive, the session was fun, but most importantly, you guys got to learn something out of it. And global crypto dashboard that we have built, it's not just a tool, but it's a foundation for this informed community. And the more we understand crypto through real data and not just speculation, the stronger this ecosystem will become. And that's what the global crypto dashboard stands for. It stands for transparency, it stands for clarity, and it stands for, smarter investing into the crypto markets.
Fantastic. I mean that's really a really good part of GCD, where it is going to help all the investors. I think it is time for us to say bye, because very soon we are coming back with all our other education series on YouTube, as well as seminars and webinars in different cities. And there are some seminars going to come into place in Mumbai as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, keep watching GCD, keep watching ICR, keep watching ICR score. Yes, Prabhang, you were saying something.
Yeah, I was just mentioning, just to add on to that, and these are not just online events, not just online seminars or webinars. These are in-person physical events that we'll be conducting across the country, going into different cities. And watch out for our space. Follow us on our X handle. Follow us on our LinkedIn handle. We are also publishing our newsletters, which is called as India Crypto Research Brief. You can go to India Crypto Research website and just go to at the bottom, go at the footer, and enter your email to subscribe, and you'll have all the latest updates about the about everything that's happening into the crypto space, in-depth research of individual crypto tokens right into your mailbox.
I think that's fantastic. We would like to thank you everyone for attending this launch. Thank you so much for being the part of the growth of the ICR. Thank you so much for understanding the education perspective of the India Crypto Research. We are here to educate you. And once again, we wish you a happy Diwali and all the best to you. Happy investing. Keep looking and visiting at India Crypto Research. Thank you so much. Take care.
Thank you.